Hello there, welcome back to Mr. Logic Tube. In this video, we're gonna see mixed method research designs with brief examples. Just choosing between qualitative and quantitative research is like picking between coffee and tea. So why not have both? That's where mixed method research design comes in. It blends the best of both worlds, which is qualitative and quantitative methods. But the main question here is, how does it work in real life? That's exactly what we are exploring today, guys. We will see examples of mixed method research designs that will blow your mind. However, before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more research tips and insights. Let's get started. So what is mixed method research design, guys? Mixed method research design combines numbers, which is quantitative, and words, which are qualitative, to give a more complete picture of a research problem. Just think of it like investigating why a restaurant is losing its customers. In this question, a quantitative survey may tell you that customer satisfaction dropped by 40%, and a qualitative interview with customers might reveal that the food portion got smaller. So, mixed method research design blends the best of quantitative and qualitative methods in providing clear picture for a research problem. Now, let's explore some real-world mixed method research designs in action. There are actually different mixed method research designs, and the first mixed method research design for this video is convergent parallel design. In this design, researchers collect quantitative and qualitative data at the same time and then compare the results. Here, the researcher should collect quantitative and quantitative data at the same time, guys, and then compare the results. That's why we said that it is convergent parallel design. For example, if we want to study the effect of online learning on students, imagine you want to study how students feel about online learning. So in this study, you may survey 500 students to measure engagement levels. That is quantitative one. And you may interview 20 students to understand their personal experience, which is qualitative one. So if the survey shows how engagement, but the interview reveals the students actually feel isolated, you have uncovered an important insight, because numbers alone wouldn't have told the full story, guys. And the second mixed method research design is explanatory sequential design. In this approach, researchers first collect quantitative data and then follow up with qualitative data to explain the results. First, a researcher needs to collect a quantitative data and then follow up with a qualitative data in explaining a quantitative result. For example, in a study entitled with employee productivity and remote work, let's say a company wants to know if remote work affects productivity or not. Here at first, the company needs to analyze its productivity records and finds that remote employees complete 20% more tasks. This data is quantitative one. And a second, when the researcher asks why this happened, so in order to find out this, they interview employees and discover that fewer office distraction and flexible schedule boost efficiency. This one is a qualitative data. This method helps us to uncover why behind the numbers, guys. And the third mixed method research design is exploratory sequential design. This is the opposite of the explanatory sequential design, because it starts with qualitative research, then it uses quantitative method to testing findings of a qualitative one. For example, in a study entitled with developing a mental health application, a technology company might want to create an app for mental well-being here. So at first, a company needs to ask or interview 30 people about their biggest mental health struggles. which is qualitative one, and based on their response at a second or next to a qualitative interview, or based on the result of the response from the interview, the company need to create a survey to test which application feature people would actually use, which is quantitative one. So this method ensures that the final product is built on real user needs. And the fourth mixed method research design is embedded design. This embedded design focuses mainly on one type of research, quantitative or qualitative, but adds a smaller piece of the other to strengthen the findings. For example, for drug effectiveness study, let's say a pharmaceutical company is testing a new migraine medication. Here, a company conducts a large clinical trial measuring the drug effectiveness in 10,000 patients, which is quantitative data or quantitative research, but they also interview, here at the second, 50 patients to understand how it impacts daily life, which is a qualitative research. So, in this research, the number tells if the drug works or not, and the interview reveals how it affects people beyond just reducing symptoms. And the last mixed method research design is transformative design. This method is often used in social justice research, as its name indicates, is transformative, guys. So this method often used in social justice research and often involves both qualitative and quantitative approaches in bringing about change. For example, if a researcher wants to conduct gender equality research in STEM fields, at first, a researcher may analyze STEM workforce statistics to see how many women work in the industry, which is quantitative one, and then the researcher may conduct in-depth interview to understand the barriers women faces, which is qualitative one. Here the goal is not just understanding the problem, but pushing for policy changes or social change. That's why we said that it is a transformative design and used in social justice research. So guys, let me ask you one question at the end. Which mixed method design is the best? Well, the answer is always, it depends. Because if we need a broad picture, we need to use convergent parallel design. If we need explanation, we need to use explanatory sequential research design. And if we are exploring a new topic, we should have to use exploratory sequential design. And if our focus is, or if you have a main focus but want an extra insight, we should have to use embedded research design. And if we want to create a change, we should have to use transformative research design. Here, guys, the best part is mixed method research design gives you the whole story. Not just the numbers, not just the words, but everything in between. So, if you find this video helpful, hit that like button and comment below, guys, which mixed method design do you find most interesting. And don't forget to subscribe for more smart research insights. Until next time, stay curious and keep researching.